It's your boy, the Right Brother, aka Big Country, just coming at you with another video about Swift recruiters, reefer versus dry, and my experience. Oh, and the physical. I had a few questions about that. Okay, here's my take. Recruiters, they're there to dangle a cubic zirconia and tell you it's a diamond. And because it's all twinkly and sparkly, you're gonna look for that diamond and realize it's cubic zirconia. What I mean by that is that whatever the recruiters tell you, you need to take with a grain of salt. Do not take what the recruiters say to heart. Do not take what the recruiters say 110%. Basically, with the recruiters, you gotta understand that they're there to get you in so they can get paid. So what you need to do is use the recruiter to get what you need, so you both get what you want. Okay? So with the recruiter, they told me that I was gonna make $500 a week after taxes with my mentor. They told me I was gonna be out there for about a month, 4 to 6 weeks. They told me that I would be on a Family Dollar account. And what really happened is I went to school. I got with my mentor. Did I make $500? I think I did 1 week, but my pay after taxes bounced between $300 and $500. The one thing with truck driving is that your check will never be the same. 1 week you might have 2,500 miles. 1 week you might have 1,200 because you went on home time. Another week you might have been put on safety hold because you needed to get some stuff done, so your check might only be 2,000 miles on it. But the thing is that I just lost my whole train of thought. Anyway, with the recruiters, take what they say with a grain of salt. Their job is to get you in. Your job is to get in. That's how it works with the recruiter. So when you call a recruiter, or when a recruiter calls you after you fill out that little mini application, talk to them. Ask them any questions you want. And they're going to try to give you the most positive, mentally stimulating answer they possibly can to go ahead and get you in. And once you're in, I think if you're in for X amount of time, they might get a check for you. So if they call and tell you what you want to hear, this is what you need, they might ask you a few more questions, and that's it. That's it. You will rarely have any contact with your recruiter at all, especially once you start school. My phone is going dead, of course. Let me see if I can get some more light in here. Okay, physical. They're gonna have you to squat, touch your toes, open your mouth, and they're gonna have you to and ask you a few questions. Like I said, just big dudes, when you go in, they put the stick in your mouth. Try to open up your throat as much as possible, because since our neck is so, I'm gonna just say muscular, then they definitely gonna wanna make sure you have good breathing, good airways. You don't have that sleep apnea and stuff like that, so they won't shut you down. Dry van versus, and I probably have to make another video. Like I said, my phone's going dead. Dry van versus reefer, it's to each his own. If you go to talk to these people at the terminals, they're gonna be like, oh man, reefer sucks because you got to do extra fueling because of the fuel tank on the back of the on the side of the trailer, and then you got to do a lot of waiting because a lot of these you just can't drop and hook. You actually have to wait to get live unloaded. But you do get paid after 2 hours if you're sitting there for more than 2 hours, and that goes for dry van and reefer. I switched to dry van for a week. It was a bad experience, but it wasn't Swift's fault. One part of it was Swift's fault, but the other part was because I had changed terminals from one of the main terminals in Yoruba Valley to a smaller terminal in Otay Mesa, which was an absolutely bad mistake. I should never left my pimp. My pimp name is Garrison. He's one of the best driver managers. I'm glad I got him. And he makes sure all my stuff is taken care of. I mean, you know, he's my pimp. That's how I look at it. Your driver manager is your pimp. You know, you get out there and you make that money. You be safe making that money. Because when you be safe making that money, you get checks. I get checks, so to speak. So, but I switched to a new driver manager. It was absolutely a horrible experience. Switched to a new terminal was an absolutely horrible experience. And I had to call and tell my pimp, little pimp Garrison the pimp, please, man, take me back, please. and he took me back. And as soon as he took me back, boom, I'm getting thousands of miles. You know, with the other guy, it was all my loads were getting canceled and voided. And after I drove there, you know, so I was just getting paid deadhead miles or whatever, which is fine with me because I'm still getting paid. But it's like you go there for a purpose to pick up a load so you can take it on to the next destination. And when you're only getting half the pay because you're doing half the miles to get to that location, and then they cancel it, that's a problem. So the reefer, the reefer's noisy because it's always turning on and off. The dry van is quiet. The dry van has a lot of dropping hooks. Reefer has minimal dropping hooks, but you always run because you're carrying a lot of food. Like right now it's in July and I got Halloween Oreo cookies in the back of my truck, you know. So to each his own. You can switch between dry van and reefer. So if you're doing dry van and you want to try reefer, you can always switch to your driver manager. Hey, I want to do reefer. They'll switch over to reefer. I think that's also an easier way to get away from your if you have a bad driver manager, that's probably an easier way to get away from them. And that way you can go to reefer, do reefer for a week or two, like it, don't like it, and then switch back to dry van and hopefully get a new driver manager, and then you can move on about your way. And that goes vice versa. If you're doing reefer and you switch over to dry van. I was gonna do lease option, so that's why they switched me over to dry van for a week, and I ain't gonna say I didn't like it. It's just that all my loads was void. I mean, out of that week I had 5 or 6 loads that was voided. So if you can get dispatched from a big terminal that has a lot of people that know what they're doing, then you definitely stick with a bigger terminal. The smaller terminals, you can try it, but if you don't like it, I would suggest go back to a big terminal. That way there's more people there, there's more planners there are more people that know what they're doing. And because with the smaller terminals, probably like an office with 8 people in it. You know, and I think I experienced that. Now that wasn't a good experience for me, especially if I was thinking about doing lease option and I'm getting less than 1,000 miles that week because of all the random stuff that happened that week. So physical, careful with the sleep apnea, go on with a lot of energy, be enthusiastic, be engaging, because you only have to deal with this person for 5 minutes or less. You also have an eye exam, so be careful of that if your eyes are bad. Because there was one dude who literally could not see, and he wanted to drive trucks. When I say he can't see, you got the big E. He had to walk all the way up because he thought it was a B for whatever reason, or an F or something like that. It was weird. But yeah, as far as recruiters go, take what they say with a grain of salt. Make sure, and they're going to give you all the information to make sure that you can get in and get on and get going, get your L's and get going and get paid. Remember, I mean, this Swift is a big company. They're not here to hold your hand. They're here to get you in, and they're here to get their money, and you're here to get money off of them. It might be nickels and dimes and pennies, but you know, once you get your experience and everything get going, you'll be good to go. Hopefully I make this video quick. I'm probably talking kind of fast, and the vibration of the truck is probably loud, so hopefully I'm talking loud enough so you can hear me. My flash went away, so I'm gonna review the video. And if I'm somewhat seeable, then I'm gonna do it, because I'm ready to eat me some bologna sandwiches and some potato chips. Yeah. Any questions, put them down there. I will answer them as soon as possible. I got a lot of questions to get to right now, to go ahead and send them replies back, but I will answer all questions as long as I'm able to reply to you. For some reason, some people sent me some questions. When I hit reply, I do everything from my phone. When I hit reply, it wouldn't give me the option to reply. So do apologize to those folks who I haven't got back to just yet. Any more questions, please put them down. As you see, I'll make a video. Once I get about 3, 4, 5 good questions, I'll make a video. And at the beginning of the video, I'll tell you it's a quick video, and you look at the time, and it'll be like a 15-minute video. And I'll talk a lot slower, and my phone will be charged. I'll be properly prepared next time to answer your questions. You have my word. Now, the time after that, I don't know. But next time, I'll be properly prepared with a fully charged device to answer all of your questions. All right? All right, this your boy Big Country, a.k.a. Therightbrotha. If you do go to Swift, you do go through the school, you do get your permits, your license and get out the truck with your mentor, take your first load, please make a video. You don't necessarily have to put Swift in the title. You can put it in the tag, but you don't even have to say the company, because there has been people that made YouTube videos and that were Swift drivers or drivers period that got fired because the content they was making was I don't know, they just got fired. They were doing something that was irresponsible, like driving and making a video and it was unsafe or something like that. I think one dude ran through a stop sign while he was making his video, and it was plain as day, and they had to let him go because it was unsafe. So you don't necessarily have to, you can just, if you make the video, just be very generic about the company and just talk about, hey, I went to this school and this is what happened, and then you can leave me a comment and I can go ahead and check it out, and I can put it in, I can like it or whatever. But you know, we want to hear, my experience might be a lot bit different than yours because everything fell in place for me. The puzzle pieces just came together to where I'm happy and I'm comfortable. Everything, the family is good and comfortable. Of course, we can always still be making more money, but once I get the experience, the money will come. Let's see. That's it. Yeah, it's your boy, the Right Brother, aka Big Country. Hopefully you can see me. I holla. Peace.